Hello, welcome to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw. Oregon Spirit Chorus is a nonprofit with a joyful mission, singing a cappella in a barbershop style. Yes, barbershop. They are a chartered member of Sweet Adelines International. The whole idea is to take four-part harmony and turn it into a single beautiful sound. But what is that sound, and what does it take to achieve it? And what does it do to move audiences here and around the world? Well, let's find out. Would you please welcome my guests, Diane Watson and Kathy Scheel, Oregon Spirit Chorus. Thank you. Good to see you again.
You too. You too.
It's been a long pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's start. Barbershop. What is that, and how did the Sweet Adelines and you evolve from it?
I'm Kathy Scheel. I'm the director of Oregon Spirit Chorus. And Barbershop Harmony is four parts. I mean, simplistically speaking, it's four parts with the melody in the middle. So most of the choir experiences of people is, soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, bass, and all that. And the high part, the soprano, has the melody. But in Barbershop, the melody is in the middle of the chord, and it makes it very rich. You've got a harmony above and two harmonies below. Nice, big, rich sound with that melody in the middle.
I know a lot of people are thinking barbershop, we're talking handlebar mustaches and red and white blazers. There's a history to barbershop.
Yeah. It actually started in about the 1880s in the African American community, where they would harmonize to spirituals and other popular songs, and jazz became a part of that. And eventually the white men started singing with, and it took over because it got really, really popular in those years, the 1880s and 1890s. And then in 1939, the men started an organization called the Society for the Preservation of Barbershop Quartet Singing in America. It's now called Barbershop Harmony Society. The women
a lot
started,
easier.
Yes, BHS, and the women started an organization very similar to that in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in 1945, and that was started as Sweet Adelines America. It's now Sweet Adelines International, and it spans all over the globe. There are 27 different regions, and there's about 600 choruses worldwide and thousands of quartets. And,
how long have you been a member of the Sweet Adelines?
I joined in 1971. I've been a member for 53 and a half years. Yeah, loving it every minute of it. I continue to learn, and I'm passionate about it.
Full disclosure, I loved singing in our high school choir, and if that sound that we're talking about, that wonderful sound, that resonated with me. Can you describe what you're talking about with that? You're all trying to achieve that sound.
Oh, it's wonderful. It really is. If you're on the risers and you're next to people, all of a sudden you're all singing in one unit together, and when you ring those chords, because if you line up the notes correctly and hit them, and it's based on the Pythagorean theorem, and so you have to hit it. You might have a note, and you might have to hit it at the top of that note or the bottom of that note to make that line up perfectly, and when it does, you get an overtone. So a chorus of 30 sounds like a chorus of 60, and I actually get goosebumps on the risers when that happens. It's exhilarating. I've sung with Oregon Spirit Chorus for over 14 years, and I'm just hooked on the sound, and I'm hooked on the friendships I've gotten. We work together as one unit. It's amazing, and I am one of those who wanted to sing lower in high school, because I sang in my high school choir, and they told me to sing alto, which was a stretch for me, and I'm actually sing bass, which is a tenor.
You can hear her speaking voices.
Yes, bass in the chorus, and I love it. And I love the fact that when we all line up together, we get this overtone, and it's just a camaraderie that you just have to experience.
When all of the everyone is singing in unit, all of the vowels are lined up, and the vocal placement is lined up, and all of the things, the diphthongs are turned, and everything's, like she says, lined up perfectly and in tune. Yeah, if an audience feels chills, the goosebumps, and they may not know why, but suddenly, if you really listen for it, you can hear the octave overtone, or the third, or the fifth. There's a series of overtones. Yeah.
It must take a lot of hard work to achieve that in practice, and you have to, you know it when it's right, and you know it when it isn't.
You feel it.
But what about even the idea of 4 voices having to have exquisite blending, and each has to be on key?
It takes work. One of the biggest things that we do, other than have fun, is vocal education, vocal and performance education, because so we work on, obviously, breathing skills and resonance and articulation and all of the essential skills of singing. But in addition to that, we have performance skills. You know, people walk in the door and they don't realize that we smile when we sing a happy song, or, you know, emote differently when we're singing a poignant song. We never use music, so we are very allowed to completely express ourselves when we sing. There's choreography, there's staging, there's MC work. It's a lot of fun. Stagecraft. We love using props when we perform at the regional competition, which I probably should mention.
I was going to say, you both came in highly decorated.
Yes.
So this one, we recently returned from the regional competition. Our region spans from the north end is Salem, Oregon, and the south end is San Jose, California. And then there's a chorus in Reno, Nevada, and one in Honolulu. So it's a weird-shaped region. What, there are 15 or 16? I think there were 14 choruses this year. And we came in first in our division, which is at mid-size. So that's with the little blue one. And we came in second overall, which is the red ribbon. Red medal.
Competing
Very
against,
exciting.
competing against how many choirs for that?
I think there were 14 this year, 14 or 15 this year.
Oh, well, congratulations.
And they're really experienced,
They're experienced
choruses.
Some of them have been to international many times and taken first place. And we have
a big deal.
Come up in the division. Last year we won 3rd place. This year we came up to 2nd, and we're eyeing first next year.
First. Yeah.
Well, that
so
is
the choruses in the regions, there are divisions. There's Division A, which is a small chorus. That's 15 to 30 singers. And then Division AA, which we're in, is 31 to 60 singers. And then there's the overall. So we won in our Division AA, mid-size.
But one year we went to Harmony Classic as a small chorus. You have to be 30 or less to go there. And we took 3rd place internationally. In the world, and that was a thrill. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada,
at the MGM Grand
Theater, and we got up there and we performed our cats routine. This is a 10-minute package, and we dressed up as cats, literally.
I was the crazy cat lady.
Yeah, she was a crazy cat lady, and I was Tigger. That was my cat that I grew up with. So
37 on stage, and no 2 cats were alike.
yeah, we got to design our own cats.
Well, I have to ask, we mentioned the pandemic, and it's been a long time since we've seen each other here, and what did that do to you? Because you have to meet in person, and what did you do? How did that affect you?
Well, I remember our last performance was in February. We had just finished the performance, and all of a sudden the pandemic came. And it just cut it off. You know, you couldn't go to rehearse or anything like that.
Or
so
the store.
Or anything place. And so we switched over to Zoom, and Kathy kept it going. I mean, we had guest coaches there, we had our exercise, we had our vocalization, we were assigned songs. I learned 4 new songs. We sent them to our section leaders, and we kept going. And we had parties too sometimes. We'd bring our own, you know, glass of wine and pastries or whatever we were going to eat that night. And
my favorite one, though, was when we had a scavenger hunt online on Zoom, and watching everybody run out looking for the various things on the list was hysterically fun.
Yeah. It keeps people's spirits up too, but you
18 months or 16 months or something. It was really hard.
Right.
So we did lose some members during that. So when we came out of COVID, we were down to about 12 singers, and now we're back up to 50. So we've been building each year.
And actually, we gained members during that year. And our first time back together, we were in the parking lot at the place where we rehearsed. And we rehearsed outside with masks on, with the distancing that we're supposed to have.
It was like, yay!
And we got a grant, a COVID grant, to help purchase PPE and masks and a speaker set so that we could be outside and
filters for when we finally went inside.
And so Kathy heard some of the songs that we'd been practicing for the first time together, and she was shaking.
My gosh.
It was so awesome.
There we are. Did the pandemic have any long-term effect on Oregon Spirit Chorus?
From my perspective, I think part of the growth that we experienced right after we came back was people took stock as like, life is too short. Anything is possible that could happen, and I need to do what makes me happy. Singing makes me happy, so I'm going to seek a place where I can sing. And of course, if you go on our website or on our Facebook page, you can see that we are all about having a great time. We work hard, we play equally hard, and that shows. You can see us, at performances, but even at rehearsals, there's a lot of laughter and enjoyment, and that draws people in. So I think that, just kind of setting different priorities in people's lives brought them out.
So you grew.
We did.
We did.
And are you continuing to grow?
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
We have a summer program called Summer Singin' that starts on, by the time this airs, it'll be just past June 4th is when we have it, but it lasts all summer, where we invite women in that are new to us, and they are taught a song, and they're given vocal production skills, and they meet the people in their section, and we have some refreshments and stuff, but we make sure it's enjoyable, educational, and musical, and social. All of those elements have to be a part of it.
Are there any requirements to any age?
We've had members age 13 to over 80. Right now, our members are probably starting in the 20s, and they go to over 80. But we did have a 13-year-old and her mother.
And for a couple of years, in our Christmas chorus, our holiday chorus, we had twins, 8-year-old twins. Their grandma was in the chorus. And now in our summer singing, we've got two 12-year-olds that are coming. Their mothers both are members of the chorus. So, there's no age group. Or age limit or age limitation at all. It's just, if you can sing, we'll teach you how to harmonize.
What's your vision for Oregon Spirit Chorus? Do you have direction?
Win next year. I think continued growth, bringing awesome coaches in to help us. They inspire me, and they inspire the chorus. They teach different things. They teach a lot of the same things in different ways that attracts different, or that touches different people, process it differently. We've been on this wonderful upward trajectory for years now, and it's like we're so close to actually winning in this region. It would be really a thrill. I'm not going to be directing forever. It would be wonderful to go out with a bang, so that would be my personal goal, and I think the chorus is pretty well behind me on that.
And there's a real cohesion in the chorus, and I think we will maintain that. Everybody gets along with everybody else. They respect each other, and we're growing that way. And the friendships that you acquire there, people who have since retired from the chorus come back, and they are so excited to follow us and see what's going on.
The saying goes, they come for the music, but they stay for the friendships. And that lasts forever and lasts forever.
Yeah.
Let's hear some of these singers. Could you give us an idea of what we're going to be hearing with one of your top songs?
So I think the one we selected is called When You Look in the Heart of a Rose, and it's a 1930s song. So you'll see on the video that we are all wearing 1930s costumes. Every costume is different, and we had some props, which we love to do on this stage. But it's a beautiful song, written actually for a movie, like a black and white movie. And the story was that this man was in a garden, and he hid an engagement ring in the rose, and so there was a surprise for his bride-to-be. So look in the heart of the rose, and this is what you'll find. And it's a beautiful song.
Well, let's listen to it and watch.
conceal. No one will guess what they could reveal. You will know then that I love you, dear, when you look in the heart of a rose. A rose. So look, my sweet, in the heart of this rose I give to you.
That was really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just watching that, you can see how tightly coordinated everything is. Everything.
Takes a lot of work.
Yes, it does.
Weekly work for months.
Right. But people are so excited to do it because it is fun. You know, every chorus section is fun. You learn something. You get to see your friends. You plan things. You get to use your skills, whether it's marketing or whether it's taking the notes at a meeting, or if it's leading something or putting together a project. We all do it together, and it's a cohesive adventure.
Let's take a look at one that has joy in its title. And what's so remarkable about it is that these are some novice members, and they won an award, did they not?
Yes, they did. Yes, for joy, and it actually has. It's a quartet, and it has one of our assistant directors in the quartet who's sang many times. But the three people that are there are also very new. And it's a beautiful song. They took the Novice Award at the Region 12 convention and took 7th place, which is out of I don't know how many quartets were there.
And our other quartet, That's the Spirit, came in 6th, so we had 2 quartets competing back to back. Yeah.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
We really did.
Yeah.
And you know, our quartets just support each other so much.
Oh, it's great.
It's great.
They love each other and support each other. What's interesting about For Joy is, she alluded to it. So this quartet has, what they say, 91 years of experience or something like that.
Yes.
Or 71 years of experience, but Nancy's got all that experience. Nancy's been in the organization for 55 years? 55 years. Yeah, we just had a big party for her. And the other 3 have only been in the organization for 2-3 years, but they've never competed in a quartet. So a novice quartet is a novice, goes in as a novice if at least 2 of their members have never competed on the regional stage.
Right.
And they had 3, so we're really proud of our quartets.
Yes.
We've actually got 5 quartets in the chorus now. And that's one of the things that's really fun about, and I think it attracts people, is once you get to be a member of the chorus, you can pick and choose. You know what, I like her. There's a bass, there's a baritone, there's a tenor, there's a lead. Let's sing together. And they form quartets. So now we've got 5 quartets that are either formed or forming. One is, so it's pretty cool.
For Joy. Let's watch.
Yeah.
But you are wonderful, you. I used to travel single each year to mingle. Now I'm all to tingle over you. You're so fine, my baby. Oh, won't you please stand by? I got a feeling I'm falling for nobody else, nobody but you. Oh, I'm falling. Ever since you caught my eye, all I do is fly. I got no fear of falling. I got a feeling I'm falling for nobody else. Flying high in the sky, me oh my, what a guy. Flying high, I'm flying high.
they certainly don't look like they're inexperienced performing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
But there's that sound that you're talking about, that wonderful sound. Tell us about the quartet we're going to hear next. It's called That's the Spirit, which is a great name.
Isn't that great?
Tell us about them.
Yeah, they've been together about 5 or 6 years with different, a couple of different players in there, but this version of That's the Spirit has been together about 2-3 years now, and they've competed a couple of times before, and they are exactly what their name says. They're just a spirited, high energy, really fun group that one of the songs they sang is called Hey, Look at Me Now, and it's just a really kicky rhythmic thing, and you can see how much they love each other on stage and how much they love what they do. The audience, oh gosh, remember at contest, our chorus was sitting together when they were competing, both the quartets, and we went wild. We were just so excited and proud of them. Yeah.
Well, both quartets did just fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the Spirit. Let's take a look and listen.
The stars may fall from above, the moon may fade out of sight, but angels will be smiling, and my love will light up the night. Though fools may hide their feelings and tell us love is blind. As for me, I'll be right there, arms open wide, easy to find.
Wow. That was really wonderful.
Thank you.
How does Oregon Spirit Chorus keep itself going? Give us some nuts and bolts on how you finance things.
Well, we have fundraisers and we have dues. And fundraisers might be like having a garage sale or selling plants at Christmas time, poinsettias.
Or spring flowers.
Or spring flowers. We also have, for the last 5 years, had a grant from the Oregon Arts Commission.
Ooh.
And they have a small operating grant, and we've been able to win one of those every year for the last 5 years.
Because she writes an awesome grant proposal.
and we have shows, which usually we make money off our shows, and we have a holiday show every year.
So in addition to that, we have all kinds of things that we need to pay for. There's music, there's learning tracks, there's coaching, there's the facility, there's the director, there's all of the things that go on to in our operating expenses. So these fundraisers and the support, the sponsorship of OAC and the support of Sarah and Snow law firm, it's just so much appreciated. It keeps us going in addition to the dues, because it does cost just a little bit to
yeah, it does cost money to keep us going, and so we're looking at all different ways of doing that.
Yep.
And so,
what attracts women to your organization?
I think that there are a number of things. As I mentioned earlier, the energy. I mean, when you walk in the room, you can feel the positive energy. You can see the genuine friendships. People are hugging and laughing and talking about their kids and their dogs and their pets, and I mean, they know each other. It's not just come and sing and go home. There's a real camaraderie, and there's also a big part of it is education. So every single week we have vocal education, and we do rhythmic, performance performance education and all kinds of things that are taught to people. They like that. We have fast-paced rehearsals. I think another thing is the selection of music. I love selecting songs. One of the hardest things I do, though, because it's hard to make sure that it's within our skill set, you know, our range and all that. Plus, do they love it as much as I do? That's not always going to be a yes. But we've got songs from the turn of the century, you know, like Smile or This Little Rose or Joint is Jumpin'. They were in 1930s, 1919. And we've got some more recent stuff. One of the most recent songs we learned is a Maroon 5 song called Memories that was written during the pandemic about missing people who are no longer with us. Or Change the World, or what's some other one? Somewhere Out There from American Tale. So there's more contemporary stuff. And the mix of that is just, I think it keeps people attracted. There's a little bit for
we
everybody.
have some very modern songs and some older songs,
Yep.
and we learned both of them. And we learned the chorus loves both kinds. If you know the older ones, some of them are just like Rose. That's a very popular song, and we enjoyed learning that and practicing on it for most of a year.
Written in 1939.
Right.
So.
As well
but
as
then you got Maroon 5, written in 2023. Yeah. So.
You know, you get to travel, and one of the places you traveled to was a battleship.
Yes. Oh, yes, that was so fun. That was the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. We were asked to represent Oregon, and so we got a group together and we flew there, and actually on December 7th we were on the USS Missouri,
Mighty Mo,
singing for a half hour, being televised. And when we sang the national anthem, everybody, I don't think there was a dry eye out there, because the flag was flying before us.
It was a big
and
day.
the USS Missouri, you could see it out there from the ship, and the sailors were standing there with their saluting.
Or the Arizona, you could see. Yeah.
Yeah, you could see the Arizona.
Yeah.
And so
it was very emotional.
It was very emotional.
And then last year we traveled, a bunch of us traveled to, on a trip to England to sing for the, what was it called? The London Harmony Festival. And then this year in September, about 16 of us are going to Portugal and Spain on a singing tour. So yeah, there's travel.
There's travel. There's so much going on, and you can pick and choose what you want at Oregon Spirit Chorus. And
there's not an expectation.
No.
But this is an opportunity.
But it's an opportunity to come and find out what we're about. And you can go to OregonSpirit.org and certainly go there and find out information and come and visit. We rehearse on Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Wesleyan Church on 19th. Now it's our new location.
Oh, this has been so much fun. And you answered so many questions that I just love to hear, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're all singing, but you're also educating people about what you're doing. That's part of your mission, is educating and advancing people's understanding of this unique barbershop a cappella form. Diane Watson and Kathy Scheel, thank you for being my guest today on InSight.
Thank you for asking us.
Sing, Wendy, sing.
Yes, but not too early in the morning.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us today on InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.